Oh, hey there. Everybody calls me Zipperface. Apparently, I'm your official Apocalypse tour guide. Welcome to Agent Spooky's Apocabitch Roadshow. That's a mouthful. Like a baby. You don't happen to have a baby, do you? Anyway, this ain't your daddy's apocalypse. Unless your dad's a mutated freak with two peckers. If he is, I got a business opportunity for him. But this isn't about me. This is about Agent Spooky and their first episode. Put the kiddies to bed or in the baby dump, and let's hit the road.
Hey everybody, it's Saturday night on the Liching Hour. I'm Kevin from Level 9, and tonight is the very first mission, very first episode, episode 1 of the Apocabitch Roadshow, starring Agent Spooky. What's up, Agent Spooky?
Hello.
Hello. Hey everybody who's joined us right away. Sumahara, Slappy Balls, Turks, a wild Turk is in there. Ye old Zipperface, you bet. Got a collecting bricks up in here. Baby Dump Saturday.
Saturday is correct.
All right, let's I want to do a little recap of like what this whole fucking thing is, and we'll get going. So, welcome to the world of about 1,000 years after us. Actually, we don't even know if it was us. We just know this world is 1,000 years after anything that was like us. Some big fucking thing happened. We don't know what. Probably involved a lot of fucking nuclear weapons, though, because everything is like incredibly mutated. The sky's like green. The trees and shit are bluish and reddish. There's huge fauna. There's more species than ever before because everything's been mutated the hell out of everything. So that's the world that there is. It's like a steamy, hothouse jungle apocalypse world. That's the world we're in, where the tech was so high tech before the apocalypse that it seems like fucking magic, and the people who walk around look like fucking monsters. It's like a fantasy world apocalypse, and that's where we join Spooky and Age. Now, Spooky and Age come from tribes that live near each other. In Spooky and Age, as I go through this little thing, please speak up if I forget anything, or you want to change something, or you just want to add to it. Okay. So Spooky and Age's tribes live next to each other, and they form a loose coalition called the Children of Cognition. And I believe it's Children of Cognition. Anyway, it's kind of like, in this game, we're playing Mutant Crawl Classics, and in this game, there are no alignments like you're used to if you're used to playing a Dungeons & Dragons type game. Instead of lawful and chaos and neutral, you join loose coalitions of tribes based on ideals. And the Children of Cognition all believe, as a fundamental thing, that you can't survive in this fucking crazy shitland unless you work together. So that's why tribes of differing types of peoples can get along. And these guys are pretty different. Age comes from a tribe of Plantians. They are living, walking, talking fungus. There are lots of different types of Plantians in this world. There's some that are trees, and some that are other types of plants and fucking dandelions. Age's tribe are mushrooms.
Mushroom.
They live in a decaying forest. Imagine a forest. You find mushrooms growing up in old trees and shit like that, dead trees. Imagine a whole forest of dead trees and shit that was like choked to death by massive vines. And then because of the vines and because of everything laying on the ground, new trees didn't come up. So it's just a massive dead forest with mushrooms and all this megafauna all growing up. And that's where
For my people, it's like an all-you-can-fuck buffet.
All you can fuck buffet. And then high above that forest, and a little bit of a mountain range nearby, are these caves, and that's where Spooky's tribe lives. Spooky,
I have the high ground.
Yes, Spooky has the high ground. Spooky's tribe, called the LAX, or the Lax, and just so we know that Age's tribe is called the Sporn Hub, for reasons. For reasons. The Sporn Hub tribe. So we have the Sporn Hub tribe down in the forest, and then we have the Lax, and the caves above. Now, the Lax tribe are mutants. These are people who probably were once human at some point, but have been mutated so far that every time they give birth and as someone reaches a certain age, they start mutating crazily. Like, they'll have 4 arms, or like reptilian skin. Why don't you give us an example? What are you, Spooky? What's your mutation?
Or in my case, I have 4 boobs.
I have actual mutant stuff. I have leaves coming out of my skin and my hair. I have what the fuck, spines hidden underneath my leaves. My skin is kind of silvery. It looks orangish in the sun. I'm kind of glittery. I'm a whole fuck ton of mutantry. So
Quick question. I didn't ask you this before, and it might just be a novelty question, but can you move those boobs independently?
can I move them? Yes, I can.
Wow.
Magic.
Was who's the late night host of the? Oh my God, what's Elvira? Remember Elvira?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty
Remember
much
Elvira?
like that.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, she'd totally be jealous and
Sparkle
envious.
tits, but I'm sparkle beef. But
But she would do that thing where she'd never mind. Anyway, she'd be envious of you and your mutations.
yes.
So, Aegis tribe, being the Plantians are been around for a long time as a species, and the mushrooms live pretty long lives. So, the Aegis tribe has got this kind of when it comes to other tribes, they feel like a little snooty about them. They feel like they're a little bit above them. They act a little bit above them. Think about like high aristocratic kind of people. Correct me if you got a better analogy, Age, do speak up. But
Yeah. Well, you're hitting the nail on the head.
I'm hitting it. All right. So that you get the kind of feeling they tolerate everybody else, but they're gonna be a little more aloof is a great word for that. Age, correct me if I'm wrong, Age, you don't necessarily feel like you fit in with the tribe. Is it because of that?
Don't. It is in great part due to that. I'm not one for that. Just inherent ignorance.
Okay. Now, Spooky's kind of dealing with exact kind of same thing, different flavor. We're high up in the caves of the mutants, their tribe. So mutants are used to being intimidating and people being afraid of them. Whether it's pure human or even plant people and whatever, manimals and people, they tend to be a little bit more afraid because you never know what you're getting with a mutant. They walk up and some of them even have mental powers and Spooky does too, where she can manipulate people's emotions. And yeah, and that's just in real life. So so the mutants have taken this kind of this ability to be intimidating a little too far, her tribe has, where they feel like they're better than everybody because they can scare you and intimidate you. So they're obviously better than you. And so they're a little more haughty than so you got Aegis tribe's aloof and Spooky's tribe's more haughty about it. Maybe arrogant is the right word.
Or just straight assholes, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. So Spooky doesn't feel like she fits in very much with them as well because of that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Nobody trusts anybody in my tribe. They just think they're better than everyone. It doesn't, like, we as a tribe don't think we're better than everybody. We just individually think we're better than everybody. I don't fit in with that.
One day, while hunting, because they're both hunters, Spooky almost tripped over Age because Age was standing very still. And Plantians have the ability, if they stand still long enough, then it looks like just another mushroom. And they, after almost running into her or tripping over her, they hung out for a bit, became friends, and realized they both shared a loving the drug Daisy, which is made, the drug itself is made from a monocephus milk. Monocephus is this like crazy beast cow thing that the mutants keep what do you call it? Keep a pack of? Not a pack. What do you call a bunch of cows? Herd. So they got a herd of these monocephuses. Which, funny thing is if you only keep females because the males are like super aggressive and super scary. But anyway, they get milk, and if you mix it with something from the fungi tribe, Age, what is it you can mix it with?
I forget what it's called, but it's. I'm going to be annoyed by not knowing the words for this, but it's kind of like the after product of the root structure left behind from a mushroom.
Okay.
Cluster.
Holy shit! It's a nest.
Yeah, it's a nest.
And you can never have too many boobs.
It's the bio waste of a nest after it's decomposing.
All right, so if you mix that shit together and then what? Smoke it, snort it, inject it.
Doesn't matter how you do it.
Just do you
as
lay
long
it?
as you get it inside, baby, it's all good.
Get it inside you somehow.
It's
I
rectal.
imagine smoking it though.
It's rectally implied. Okay.
I mean, we'll have to figure out how to stick it up the butt, but
No, there's mushroom goo suppository, guys. Hey, want party?
So
I
they
do have long bear claws.
so after doing some Daisy together, they bonded on their mutual distrust or dislike for their own individual tribes and became friends. Not too long after, their rite of passage came. Now, in this world, a lot of the tribe's success is dependent on the technology it can get from wandering the wastelands and finding the ancients' technology. And with that in mind, and knowing that it's kind of like a puberty kind of thing, the tribes will gather up their young adults and send them out into a rite of passage. They'll give them weapons and water skins and then send them out into the world to come and bring back some technology. The better the technology you come back, the higher kind of you rise in the ranks of the village. And if you're high enough, you can become what's called a seeker. And every tribe has a few or more people who are seekers, and those are people who it's their job to go out and get technology and bring it back. So these rite of passages are very scary because the world is fucking crazy. You never know what's going to happen. Turk's already calling. He's going to give somebody.
I just saw that.
Yeah, I hope you're aware. I even told her, it's like, you get a turkey or a fishy come in here and someone's getting a permanent mutation. Oh, so I want to let everybody know who's watching. You can spin the Dungeon Silver on, this is new for tonight, on 4 different things to help affect the game tonight. You can re-roll a die. You can have them add a die, which is fun. And then you can also, for 10,000, you can have a temporary mutation. You got to tell me which one it is, and I think you're going to roll a die. It's going to tell you what to do. There's little commands for rolling dice in the chat now. And a temporary mutation is, you're going to roll, we're going to roll on a chart here. They're going to get a temporary mutation. And what I mean by temporary, though, is we're going to, what I mean by it is we're going to use it when it suits best. So if you're going to do it right in combat, they're going to be able to use it right then in the combat, and we want them to use it sometime right then. However, if you do it like right now, let's say you did it right now, I would give them the ability to use it when it's a little bit more appropriate. Like right now, we're just kind of talking and setting the stage. So my point is, it's not like you hit that and we got 5 minutes to use it. That's not the point of it. And then if you want to drop your big roller, you want to drop 20,000 silver, you can give one of these players a permanent mutation. And that is always fun. And we're going to find out tonight if things are if they're too cheap or too expensive.
Oh, it's expensive.
They're expensive. We're expensive. Oh, let's go here. Oh, right, rite of passage. So here we go. We're getting closer to the meat of the fun here. So the ladies went off with 17. Well, I'm sorry, not ladies, because the mushroom isn't a thing. I'm gonna come up with a nice general thing to call you. The crew. We'll do the crew. Can I call you the bit? No, I don't want to call you the Apocabitches. The Apocabitches.
The Apocabitches.
The Apocabitches. Is that okay? We're cool. Everybody cool with that?
I'm cool with it.
Okay.
I'm cool with it.
Awesome. Okay, so the Apocabitches went off with like 17 other people. Now, the Mutant tribe and the Aegis tribe aren't the only tribes that are part of this little loose coalition. There is a tribe of humans. They're called pure strain humans. You guys just call them humans. They don't have any mutations and don't mutate at all. And then there's a tribe.
I call them normies.
Normies. And there's a tribe of manimal people. We haven't really figured out who and what those people are like, and maybe in a future episode we'll explore that. But there's this bunch of like 4 tribes of different types of species or people, and they all pooled their people together for the rite of passage. So it was about 17, 18 kids, all went off together, right? First night they were out, I think it was night, Agent Spooky snuck off to enjoy some Daisy. All right, they found themselves a little cubby hole in the middle of a bunch of junk, like a big junk pile, crawled in, found a nice safe spot inside there in a mountain of junk, and did their thing, right? They came back out, and when they came back to the campsite, everybody was fucking dead. Like, it was a gruesome scene. Torn apart, body parts. In their shock, they did their best to gather up anything they'd found. Some would call it looting. I would call it collecting valuable things to take back to their parents and things. But they were collecting things while while they were doing that. Some scavengers came. Scavengers being animals of some sort, or mutants, or creatures came, and Spooky and Age barely escaped and went back. They didn't know where else to go. They went back to that little safe spot they had found in that mountain of garbage or trash. And when they woke up in the morning, they went to sleep. When they woke up in the morning, the little cubbyhole came to life. Literally, lights popped on. A voice started speaking to them. Hello, where can I take you? They had found themselves in some ancient form of motion. What the fuck am I thinking of? Some kind of ancient car, some kind of ancient vehicle, mode of transport vehicle. And it had an AI, and it was talking to them. And I wasn't talking, it would flat out ignore Age. And it would just talk. Bitch. Yeah, she's a bitch. Her name is Kitty. Her name is Kitty. Bitch. She doesn't take orders even from Spooky, and
she's a big stupid tin
bitch. But she does take them. But she asked them where they wanted to go, and once they got over the shock, Spooky explained where her and their tribes are, and this vehicle pulled out from underneath this bunch of junk and took them home. And imagine the surprise of their tribes when this purple 1966 Ford Thunderbird pulls up. It's got a bubble over the top of it, a bunch of flashing lights on the inside. Some ancient had retrofitted this awesome old 66 Ford Thunderbird with like all this super high tech and an AI, and the tribes were like blown away. Now, granted, also very fucking sad because they lost a lot of people, but they were very, very happy that Age and Spooky come back with such a high-tech piece of equipment that immediately elevated Age and Spooky to the top of the list of seekers for their tribes. And we're going to join them the night before they are going on their first mission. We're gonna talk to each of you. So, Age, I got a question for you. The night before you went, your tribe wanted you to participate in I think it was some sort of religious ceremony or some kind of big ceremony. Did you participate in it?
I did.
What was that like?
It was just kind of the right thing to do. We're about tradition a little bit, and even though I'm resisting traditions, I still oblige.
Thank you, Polyhedron. Thank you for the bits, buddy. I need a bit sound. That's going on the list. I need a bit sound.
There's your bit sound.
Thank you. So we all know when somebody cheers us some bits. That was 100 bits too.
I'll make an annoying sound every time.
We need a Apocabitch sound. Groins raining from above.
We can make our badger sounds if you'd like.
There you go.
Holy shit. Slappy balls too. Bits sound.
Leave it to me, I got you.
So what was it with this ritual? This big ceremony, what was it? And what did you do? How do you feel about it?
It's normally against practice to discuss, private mushroom people ceremony, but I'll let you guys in. You guys are pretty cool. Basically what it is we kind of just we all go like indoors for us, like little kind of like a cob-like structures.
Okay.
We all go indoors. We crank the heat up till about 82.
Ooh.
Making sure all the windows are closed so it gets hot and sweaty. And then we just kind of like, we kind of just like do a bunch of Daisy. It's kind of weird. Why? I'm not gonna lie. We're weird people. You're either down or you're not. It gets a little moist though. It gets sticky.
It gets a little moist.
Often you can tell what's going on by the strong smell of onions in the air.
Mm. So why? What is this big ceremony about? I mean, why? Why does it?
It's kind of like asking for it's soaking up the wisdom of the tribe and just trying to symbolize taking everyone, being one with everyone, and having the collective be a part of us.
Right.
Collectively high.
On this, exactly. Collectively high, as I try to get as high as I can in finding technology and stuff.
Right. Right. Who
I'll see myself out.
This is
You can't do that this time.
I got a new question.
It gets pretty weird.
Does it? Does it? Do you guys? Is everybody start like rubbing on each other or something? Is like how weird does this thing get?
It's everyone vibrates a little. There's like
all right, it's my kind of party.
Barry Manilow in the back.
Is there vibration? Yeah, good vibrations.
It's a good time.
Dude,
Everyone's there.
Vibrations and moist in the same paragraph. I'm concerned what's happening.
Do you guys? Is there any kind of like joined? Do you guys all see something together or anything? Like, is there any kind of?
We see fucking dragons in the kitchen.
Communal, yeah, communal hallucinations or anything?
Kinda, sorta. It's not visually represented. It's not something you have a visual of. It's more of kind of just a presence, a feeling of presence. Almost like everyone's all at the Red Lobster together, and we're all just hanging out at the buffet, high-fiving and shit, and it's a good time.
Okay, all right.
That's the general vibe.
So basically, yeah, because you guys don't get to go to Red Lobster because it's the fucking apocalypse.
Exactly.
So.
Everyone's got cheddar biscuits, and no one has to fight for the last basket.
It sounds like heaven. I want to live with your tribe.
Everyone gets a cheddar biscuit.
I hate when
everyone gets a biscuit, bud.
I hate when I have to fight for the
biscuit.
biscuit.
Ain't no bit of biscuitry between these buns.
Biscuit buddies.
Biscuit buddies. Okay, so that was your night.
You guys don't do that?
Not in the Mutant quote. No.
I have to fight for him.
Oh.
It's a quote ad. It's just like the Grouch Couches. Grouch Couch. Just like yours. So that was your night then, Age. Spooky, you had a slightly different night, I think. You caught
pretty much
the son of your chief. You caught him trying to break into Kitty.
I did.
How did you do? How did you find out? What'd you do, and what'd he do?
I heard some noise, and I kind of looked out. I have infrared vision, so I saw some heat markers coming off near the car. I was like, "Who the fuck?
Who the fuck?
Who's the fuck?" And I went out.
Who's the fuck?
Yeah, and I approached him, and I kind of scared him right away, and he was like, he tried to act innocent, like he didn't know what the fuck he was doing, but he was trying to break into the car, and I think he was trying to take it.
Okay.
I'm clearly not cool with that. So I used my empathy on him.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because I'm kind of tired of this kid. This kid's, he's like the son of one of the higher ups in the mutant community.
Yeah.
I can't stand this guy. Everyone's already kind of shady. This guy is real shady, like Slim Shady of the group.
So what's funny is he was about the same age as you, and he was supposed to go on the rite of passage. Yeah. He was supposed to go on the rite of passage as well.
Oh, he
but
didn't.
The night before, he got sick and couldn't do it. Yeah.
He bitched out.
Now his dad is the tribal leader, and he wasn't very upset. He wasn't very happy about that. But his mother was completely okay with that. So Mordred. Yeah. So you used your empathy to make him feel what, guilty or something?
No, I actually made him fear me. I'm tired of him walking around on people and doing whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah.
So I decided to make him fear me to a point that he'll do whatever I want.
Okay.
Because I figured it's kind of good. You know, I'm tired of being afraid of him and watching my back with him. I want him to be like my inside source around the community.
Okay. I want to roll with this. I want to literally roll for this. So I want you to roll on your empathy, and then we're going to roll. He gets a saving throw. And I want to tell you that the result is going to be the exact same. Okay? We'll play that out in a minute. But whatever you think happened is what happened. But your perception of it might be wrong based on the roll. You know what I'm saying? So, or right. So roll 1d20 plus 1. and Apocabitch be rolling.
Could I have a worse roll?
Right.
I mean, I could.
So the way this happens, when you remember, you want to describe what happens?
Someone got a reroll.
Oh, nice.
Oh no!
It begins. So it begins. Thank you, Sunamahara.
Here we go. Thank you.
Welcome to the money room.
That's a little better.
It's still a failure. You're still failing. What's cool is, so when you
it's like an F+.
unless you want to start the mission out with, you want to glow burn just a little bit. Do you want to take a point off one of your stats? It's in fact, you'll get it the next night. So you'll start the adventure off with one less on one of your stats. All you need is one. Sup, liches? Sup, Dustin?
Do I want to glow burn? Let me look at my stats real quick.
Well, it's not gonna. Like I told you, it's not gonna affect your modifiers, which is the important thing. So you can take.
You know what? Fucking glow burn. Let's take one off my strength. I'm strong enough, even with my, because I got the modifier too. So
right.
I'm pretty fucking strong.
Oh
yeah,
wait.
Glow burn the fuck out of that. Let's go.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm gonna roll for him now.
She's gonna slap him right in the penis.
I'm gonna roll for him now. Commercials. What's that?
I'm slapping him in the penis with empathy.
It's just like the old gypsy woman said.
Yep. Just
So.
my grandma used to say, slap him in the penis with empathy.
So he's Mordred is this little reptilian fucker. He's covered in scales. Looks
yes.
But he's got a human looking face, but scales pretty much everywhere else. And he looks afraid. When you approach him, you tell him, what do you tell him? Get the fuck away from my car, or
takes out for Harambe.
Literally, like, what the fuck are you doing, lizard fuck?
And then you did your thing where when you do your empathy, your face and his face replace each other, which is frightening enough as it is.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you do that, and he recoils, and it's very impressive technology. It's very impressive. You're very impressive. You're very impressive. And he skitters off into the night.
I'm a snake.
I'm a snake. I'm a snake. So that was your 2 nights. One thing I do want to tell everybody is that the rite of passage is usually when people wake up and they're the real mutations kind of wake, like a puberty kind of thing, like overnight because of the stresses of the rite of passage. So this would be the first time you've used empathy, and maybe you didn't even realize you were doing it. You just wanted him to be afraid of you, and suddenly you felt this like rise up in you and kind of project to him, and then suddenly you saw your face in his face for just a split
That's
second.
Exactly what happened. It actually kind of scared me because I didn't know what the fuck was happening for a second. Then it kind of dawned on me.
Mm-hmm. You're like, I'm gonna try this shit again.
I need to stop smoking this shit right here.
Fucking lazy man.
I start smoking that shit right here. Okay, so the next morning, the tribes gather. Your 2 tribes gather. You guys are kind of like superstars. Both of your tribes have gathered on the up above the cliffs that you live in, Spooky. They kind of go up, and they don't go up into mountains. They actually just go up into like flat plains that go off to the east. Not plains, but like desert kind of shit. There's a shelf that go off into the horizon. You guys all meet up there with Kitty. Kitty brings Spooky up, and then you and Age are there while the rest of the tribes are around you. Yeah, of course your tribes are staying the appropriate distances away. Right on, Dustin. We'll see you, buddy.
Our tribes always were good about the social distancing thing.
Yeah, right.
Except for during our, mushroom orgy thing the night before.
16
right.
feet apart, not 6.
So, first up, Age, your dad comes up to you. Now, if I know correctly, your dad hasn't said very much to you throughout your life?
Nah. No, not so much.
Very, very aloof?
Very. He's got a tribe to lead, so I get it, but he's still a dick.
Yes, right. We didn't say your dad is actually the leader of your tribe, right?
He is. It's not something I really try to... I don't want people to judge me for it, so I don't want to share it too much.
I don't like to talk about it too much, but yeah, that's my dad. So he's always been very, very busy person, and you never really know how he feels about you. He comes up to you, and he starts laying really thick shit, like heavy shit on you. Like, you're going to be the next leader. The tribe depends on you now. How do you feel about all that? Spooky.
Dad's talking about stuff again. I'm listening, but I'm like kind of like this is a lot of heavy shit. So I'm just kind of like disassociating. I'm listening, but it's in my personal nature in this moment to be disassociative.
Are you listening to me? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Look me in the eye, Age.
No, you can't make me.
Look me in the eye.
Kind of roll my eyes up towards him. It's just, what?
One day you'll have this. And he pats, it's his claim to fame. He's got it strapped in his back. He's a big old mushroom too, but he's got this strap around him. His claim, when he did his rite of passage, he came back with it. And it's this, you've always called it the boomstick. And that's pretty much everybody calls it, but it's a rifle that shoots a red laser out of it that obliterates things. And it's kind of made him, it helped make him leader, and it's helped keep him leader. And he goes, one day you'll have this, the boom. It'll be yours.
Okay. Cool.
You have to take this seriously, Age.
Yeah. Okay, yay, boomstick. I'm so excited to get your strap on, Dad. So excited. Woo!
Yay for the family strap on.
And then this guy, this other mushroom comes up, and his name is Phil. Phil, apparently you guys were friends, hunting buddies, right? Phil, mm-hmm. Psilocybin,
yeah.
Psilocybin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes up to say goodbye, and he says, you know, now that Cordyceps is dead. Now, Cordyceps was the best hunter in your tribe, and he was one of the ones on the rite of passage that didn't come back. And Phil's like, now that Cordyceps dead, now you're leaving, I'm going to be the best hunter in the tribe.
Good job, Phil. Fucking knock him dead, bud.
All right. Hey, will you bring me back something that can make me a really good hunter?
We'll see. I don't want him like stepping on my toes, so I'm just kind of like, yeah, sure.
Is there anybody else you want to say goodbye to in your tribe?
No.
So excited to get your strap on, Dad.
I'll wave and nod, nod reassuringly at the farmers of the byproduct for the daisy production. Okay. Not at those guys.
Okay. Right on. Then Canix steps up. Canix is the leader of Spooky's tribe, all right? And he's like, yeah, it's time. He comes boldly walking up, cocky as fuck. He's short. He doesn't have a head. He just has shoulders. His face, his mouth are in his gut area. He's metallic looking, and he has his gut. And his wife is nearby, and she's smiling real fake like, and she looks pure strain human, except she's vibrant yellow. Her skin is vibrantly yellow, and she gives this fake pain smile as he's walking up, and you know what's coming next. He's gonna make a fucking speech, and he's like, he starts going. He's like, yada yada yada. Now that some of our best people, best of all tribes, maybe all of Terra, are dead, killed by some unknown force during their rite of passage, or killed by Agent Spooky. Who knows? We may never know, but maybe. Now is the time for glory, though. We are the best tribe, maybe the greatest. And Spooky is going to make us the greatest test. I also have other news. With the death of Flawed, During the rite of passage, his father has decided to take the Wonder Death. There's gasps. Maybe a whale. Oh, no. The Wander Death is when someone, typically, usually when you're a little older and shit, and you're like, you know, I'm fucking out. You literally go, I'm out, and you go walking off without anything into the fucking desert to wander and die. It is an honor. Canix continues, as if he didn't hear the gasps and wails. It is an honorable death. Not what I would do. Not for me. Oh, no. But for him, sure, it's honorable. So we need a second in command. I've decided to make Raven our second in command. Raven was one of the other better was the better hunter, kind of like a competitor to you, right, Spooky?
I just got pissed when I heard this.
Right. I mean, even though you guys both look at each other, and she gets kind of like. Now Raven's got these. She did her rite of passage a couple years ago, and she's got these wings that are attached to her arms, and she was named before that, right? But anyway,
Yes.
she's obviously, there's obviously some tension there because, you know, she's looking at one of the top, like the superstar seeker, and you're looking at she's now second in command of your tribe. If you want, why don't you roll a d20 for me? Not if you want, roll a d20 for me. You happen to notice, I mean, you're looking and Raven gives this pained smile, and you look past her, and Canix's wife doesn't look very happy about this. In fact, she looks like this was the first time she'd heard, like she'd just stepped in some shit, and it was the first time she'd realized that she'd stepped in this shit and realized she had shit all over her foot. Just then, though, that's all blocked because Swissy, the human-looking dude with the big holes in him, comes walking up to you, which is crazy.
Weird.
Yeah, he never talks to anybody, right?
No.
He's like the wise man of the tribe. He's the holy man. And
Yeah, he usually only talks to people in power.
right. And he comes up to you, and he bends down, and he whispers something in your ear. You may or may not. We don't hear it. You could tell us now what he whispers, or you can just keep it to yourself.
I'm gonna keep it to myself because it's kind of juicy.
Phil is most likely to die due to eating uncooked cookie dough. Okay.
Cookie dough.
For glory. It's for glory there, bub. All right. Is there anybody else you want to say goodbye to?
No, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them all.
So you get into the car, and Age gets in shotgun, and it shuts, and the tribes are all like most of them are trying to leave. Maybe Age's dad's still standing there watching, and Kitty comes on, bloop, initiating mission, coordinates established. Buckle up, Buttercup, and boom, you're off. All right. So you guys didn't put anything in. You didn't say anything. So you got to realize that you don't know what's about to happen. You didn't tell her, the Kitty, that you're gonna go looking for.
Where the fuck are we going?
Can we just want to get some Daisy going and fucking see where it goes?
Let's wave. Let's look really cool. Make it look.
Okay.
Let's look like that. Yeah, we know what we're doing. Hey,
We know what we're doing. Hey, bye guys. Bye.
Age's dad is so proud right now of himself for having a daughter who would find such cool technology.
Dude, did I tell you that he wants to give me his strap on?
God, I wish I had a family strap on.
It's fucking cool, right? Don't act like you know. It's just.
Oh no, I'll keep it between us.
Okay.
All right, audience, tell me if the music is too loud, please. I've got it kind of. Here, I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. There we go. That's good. All right, you guys tell me if it's too much. I wanted to have something during play. All right, you are driving faster than you've ever gone before. You're moving way faster, especially for you, Age, because you're really slow. So this is like shoo. You head out east into the desert. This is farther than you usually go pretty far when you're hunting.
I may have to have you turn the music down because it's cutting off your mic.
Oh.
You're cutting out just a little.
Okay.
Sorry.
No. Oh no. Hey. No,
The
sorry.
frowny face there was just like.
Yeah.
I want to wake. I never go back.
How about that? How about this? Run away, car, never going back. 4 boobs and a fucking shroom on a one-way track.
That's beautiful.
So it feels like within minutes, you're at the boundaries of where you've ever, the farthest reaches you've ever gone while hunting. And you're out into a desert. Like you've hunted the plateau above the caves before. It's more of like a desert kind of tundra, but not actually desert as far as sands. And before you know it, you're in these large pink sands. Off in the distance, at one point you see maybe looks like a caravan of cacti moving. Maybe they're cousins of yours, Age. In the distance to the north, at one point you see, you see a mountain in the distance that looks like it's moving. But Kitty, that's in the north. Kitty continues east. In the afternoon, you come to seeing these large. You start going down a bit as canyon walls start growing up above you. Not growing, but kind of rising up above you. The ground starts descending until you find yourself just completely surrounded by canyon walls, hundreds of feet on either side. The rough desert type ground starts to give way to vegetation here and there. Now, before we go any further, did you want to tell anybody what you guys have been talking about on your ride? Because it's been about like 3/4 of a day.
I was telling her about the asshole last night that I made fear me, and I had no clue how I did it, and I wasn't sure if I was high at first or if it's just my power, and that I'm really fucking excited to use it again if I can possibly figure out how.
Right on.
So fucking cool. Yeah. Sorry.
I really want to figure that shit out.
Age,
and see what else I might have unlocked.
Age, did you figure out something about yourself?
Not so much figure out anything about myself, but I'm totally telling her about the shroom orgy the night before.
Oh yeah, I got pretty excited. I heard Moist and Daisy, and I was about it.
Easy killer. The little car. I love it.
So you guys have gone in like, I don't know, by 3/4 of a day, you've gone farther than you've ever gone before. And to get here, you probably would have had to walk at least a week, maybe 2 weeks with you, Age. But you found yourself on the canyon floor. There's canyon walls raised up apart, and you're just the car's just going on its own, racing in between this all these different plants and shit that are starting to grow up around there until you find yourself approaching a forest at the bottom of this canyon. Just as you're pulling up, you realize there's something in front of this forest and this kind of wall of trees. It looks like a group of humans running around a little crazy. And there's these 2 really, really large, they look like they might be cactuses, planting kind of folk. They're doing something. What you realize you might have come upon some kind of fight. Kitty stops about 50 feet from this melee, and suddenly she just pulls in, just one of these. You realize you've been slowing down, but not slowing down enough that where she doesn't do a skid. And then suddenly she comes on, saying, "Your mission: assist humans. Insert this disc when the time is right." And then did I go out?
No, I'm just talking to the car.
Oh. She doesn't respond. She didn't respond. She doesn't respond in this, you hear this weird sound you hadn't heard before, like a bzz, bzz, and this little shiny disc comes out of her console.
Something's peeking.
Where do I put it in? What do I do with the disc?
All she says, assist humans, insert this disc when the time is right. And then the doors open.
What do you mean when the time is right? Is this before or after we fight them? Kitty, I need some answers.
She doesn't say anything.
Kitty, you're bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
So we have to go fight these pricks for the humans?
So
Literally pricks, they're cacti. I don't want to fight them.
they're like 8 feet tall. They have 4 like arm-like tendrils that come out of their bodies, like kind of cylindrical bodies, and yeah, they don't have any necks, no real head. You see kind of eyes in their large stalk at the top of their body, and they're swinging these. One of them grabs a human. There's like 12 of these humans, and they don't. As you look a little bit, they got weapons and stuff like, but they don't like seem like they're very. The humans don't seem very good at what they're doing. Trying to survive.
Do I know these cacti?
You've never seen these guys before.
Are they intelligent? Do I think I can speak to them or anything? I would like to try to be like, hey, what's up? What's going on, Holmes?
Okay, so you're gonna get out of the car. You move like 5 feet around, so you're like 50 feet away. So you're gonna take a while to get over there. So Age starts moving, I guess, moving towards this group of people. There's a large boulder to the left up against the canyon wall, and it looks like there's a couple of humans like hiding over there. No one's noticed you guys yet, though. What are you gonna do, Age? I mean, Spooky.
Actually, I was gonna go with Age, make sure she's okay, because in case they try to attack her, I'd rather be next by so I can fucking fuck their shit.
Oh, she gonna fuck their shit.
Shit, fucker.
Ain't nobody taking my stoner buddy away from me.
All right, bud. Let's get her done. Yep.
All right, so as you're walking, you see, as you're walking towards the situation, you see one of these big plant things grab a person and pull them close, and like they start like just it looks like they're like just killing them.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yes, grabbing them and smushing them with their tendrils. And
well, that's not
spearing
how you make
them.
friends.
They're spearing them with their speary things, their body things, their needles.
Would I be able to? Is it too late for this person, or can I intervene?
If one of you were to shoot right now, you might be able to help.
Can I shoot my bow and arrow? One of my bow and arrows, just to make sure get the attention on us.
You sure can.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Did we look at what your spines do from a distance standpoint?
I don't know. I was thinking of that.
We did, but I can't remember what it was. It was pretty interesting.
Right.
I know the damage. I don't know the the distance.
Right. That was spines. All right. To the book. Let's see if you. I would think it'd be too far away for something like that, but who knows?
I was thinking so too. I feel like it's a close combat, close quarter situation.
I've got a blowgun and 12 darts.
Yeah, it's 10 foot. So yeah, you can do that. You could definitely wait. What's that age?
I've
blowgun.
I have a blowgun and 12 little annoying darts. Can I be irritating and just stop it? Stop that cacti. Stop killing the peoples.
You both.
Leave the normies alone.
You both could do that. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I want to shoot just at least one arrow in that direction. Hopefully, not hitting any humans.
Right. All right. You're gonna roll 1d20. Spooky. Well, actually, both of you are.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that.
Ooh, Spooky. Nice.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh, Age. Nice. Yeah, and you guys both get to add to it, but that's like high enough to hit these guys for sure. So let's roll damage. So your blowgun's gonna do 1 to 4, and your arrow's gonna do 1 to 6. So what do we got? Spooky did 1. 1 point of damage.
So rolling a 1d4.
Okay, yeah, you do 1d4.
High five. We both hit the human.
One each.
Oh, is that a thing?
That's well, yeah.
Not very well.
Well, you got their attention.
Hey, you stopped it off.
Were you both shooting at the same one?
Yes.
so.
The guy who was smushing.
Yeah, the one actively smushing and smothering the.
Oh yeah, right. Of course you were. Of course you were. All right. Well, you get his attention. That one rears up and looks at you guys, and then he lets the human go, and it starts shambling towards you two. And that's when the rest of the other humans, especially the ones behind the boulders, look over and see that you guys have arrived, and you can tell that they're not quite sure if you're here to help or not, even though you know what just happened. They're still not kind of sure. So that guy's moving towards you guys. The other one's he's still going on fighting with the other humans. So yeah. So I got 1 second. 1 second. All right, hold on. I'm here. Okay. So this big dude's moving towards you guys. Let's see how fast they go. He's slow too.
We weren't ready for that. Okay.
You guys weren't ready. I know. Sorry about that. All right.
Oh.
So, this big dude's moving through the crowd of people. They're doing their best. Not crowd. There's like 12 of them. Like 4 of them are hiding behind the rock. A couple of them are like trying to surround them, but they don't really know what to do with their spears. They're more like they go in and they come back like And that one was just one of the bravest ones that had wandered up there to try to stab him, and the cacti guy had grabbed him. It was a premature break, yes. Actually, we're breaking in like 7 minutes anyway, so I guess we could have did it then. We're gonna take a 10-minute break at the top of the hour. But before we do that, so you guys are still like I don't know, you're a good while away. You've got the attention of one of these guys. He's coming towards you, or it's coming towards you. The other one's taking it out on the other people. We're gonna roll initiative now. Ooh woo. Ooh woo.
Oh goodness.
Not gonna be able to stop doing the.
So you guys roll 1d20, please. Hey, Hammerman. Thanks for the host, bud. Thanks for the head pat.
Fuck.
Head pat.
Someone has good initiative. It's not me.
Age 18.
Mushroom.
Did you add anything? I don't know if you get to add anything.
I would not know where to look for that.
Yeah. It's in combat basics on your sheet. You get a +1.
Initiative is +1.
So here's a 19. Spooks. I don't think Spooky gets anything. Oh no, Spooky, because you're all right, because you're a mutant, you get to roll an additional. So you roll 1d20 plus 1d3 as like intimidation. Did you roll additional 1d3? Okay, so what did you roll additionally? 9?
I originally rolled a 9.
Yeah, so you got 11.
Oh.
All right, let's see what we get. All right, so this is for the bad fellas. And they got a 15. They got any pluses? 15 minus 2, so they got 13. Bad guys. And then our human peeps are at 15. Okay.
What do we reroll?
What's that?
Hammerman did a reroll. I said on what though?
Oh yeah. Who do you want to reroll, buddy? How you doing, Litchy? Let's get that reroll, and then let's take that break, and then when we get back, we'll see how this whole thing is gonna roll out. You keeping that disc? You keeping that disc safe? Spooky?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. It's in my 4 boobs. It's in between. Put it in there for nice storage.
You have to guess which cleave it's in.
Which cleavage is it in? You'll never know.
Hammerman threw a reroll, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it to Spooky. Spooky, why don't you reroll? 1d20 plus 1d3.
Both of them?
Yeah, just do it all together.
1d3.
20?
Oh, that's way better.
See? There we're talking.
There we go.
Yeah, buddy.
You and Age are going to be going first. Okay, so let's break. We're going to take 10 minutes, and we will be back shortly. Everybody, welcome back. Okay, where we last left our bitches, Apocabitches, sorry, was very important.
To be honest.
We're just bitches.
Where we last left the Apocabitches, they had come upon a melee between, just a fucked up melee between these, looks like humans and these tall cactus-looking folk, nasty-looking guys with 4 tentacle arms, right at the edge of a forest on a canyon floor. Spooky and Age had both shot and just barely hit, enough to get his attention. One of these plant guys who was like strangling a human. He dropped the human. He started moving towards them. As he is moving towards them, one of his other arms comes up, and you see this dark object. It looks kind of like Dad's boomstick, Age, but it's smaller and shorter. And it looks like he's raising it up to point maybe at you guys. We rolled initiative though, and Spooky won out. So Spooky, what it is you want to do? What would you like to do?
Spooky, he's got a strap on.
I would like to use my temporary invulnerability.
Nice.
And then I would like to, if pop, can I shoot him while I'm invulnerable?
Oh yeah. That's just you do that, and you're not gonna be able to. Let's see, is this an action? It's got to be an action, right?
How close is he though?
So the way the combat works, you're gonna get you can move and you can do an action. And so on your turn, you can tell me if you're moving. You can do it either, you can act and then move, or move and then act. Your action is going to be you doing your mutation. So maybe this will be the first time you've done it, because you got this from the rite of passage.
Right.
So maybe a little bit of adrenaline rush and the fear gives you this feeling like, and then you feel something in you like, oh, I'm going to explore that real quick, and boom. You're going to roll 1d20.
Okay. Then I'm just sparkly.
And then you're going to sparkle. Your body's going to twinkle and sparkle subtly.
Oh, yeah. Drink it up, bitches.
Whoa. Shit, yeah.
Whoa,
dude.
cheers.
You crit. That means you get to add your, that was an awesome crit.
That was perfect time 20. For me to do my shot. So.
Yes, right. Cheers in the nat 20. Drink my apple juice. 20. Oh, wow. Your armor class increases to 10. Plus 10. Plus 10. So you're now rocking a 23 armor class, which is pretty freaking badass. You got bitches. Plus 5 to your saves, and you do not take up to 25 points of damage in a single round.
They don't call me Sparkle Beef for no reason.
You're basically, I don't think this guy's going to be able to be able to do anything to you. All right, so you do that. You sparkle up. And are you going to move?
Sure.
You guys keep moving?
Move towards him.
Towards him. Okay. And then Age, you're next up. What are you going to do?
She's sparkle beefed. Dude.
Hey, Kingfishy.
Can someone make me a sparkly cow photo?
Sparkle beefs. Can I move between the gaggle of human? Like I'm not sure. Is there anything blocking line of sight between the gaggle of humans and the cacti?
No, no. This guy's they've when they saw you guys, they've taken that as at least this guy to kind of back off. There's a couple behind him that look like they might have the courage to try to stab him in the back, but the other one, his partner or whatever, he's surveying and dealing with the humans that are left over around behind them. So between you and this first one,
so no.
There's nothing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, shit. Good job, sparkle beefing. Let's see, what do I got here? I've got a little wooden spear. I've got a little blowgun here.
Yep.
I don't think I have any projectile attacks otherwise.
No.
So I think I'm going to aim for this guy's fucking eye and just blow dart. I can be really annoying.
Roll it.
I can't move very quickly because otherwise I would like to make my way in his direction.
Thanks.
It'll take me a while to get there though.
Gangrez only gets one of those, and he gave it to me. Thank you, buddy.
Aw, buddy. Aw.
I'm okay. Just go ahead. I'm okay. Yeah, roll 1d20, please. Slightly.
Screw. I need to not get in the habit of making voice.
15 is pretty good. 15, and then I don't think you get any plus. You do get a plus, so you actually got a 16. And oh wow, you get actually.
I got a lot of modifiers.
Yeah, you got +1 to damage too. So he actually took 2 points of damage from you last time, because even though you rolled a 1, you got +1. I need you to roll 1d4 for your damage too.
Oops. 4.
No.
Oh, so actually, did you add already the 5 or no?
I did not add the multiplier.
Okay, add the 1 to
whatever
make
it
it
is.
5. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. So this, you see your dart. This time your little dart goes. Maybe doesn't hit him in the eye, but it hits him really close, and it kind of buries itself in it enough to where you kind of see him, kind of not too much, just enough where he recognizes the hit. And
He knows.
yeah. Oh
Asserting
yeah.
my dominance. What?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
And I just stand there like cheerleader style with my hands on my hips, like, what?
With my hands on my hips. All right. Just then, from behind him, one of the humans gets the balls up, comes running with a spear, goes, "Rah!" and hopefully stabs him in the back. He fails horribly. You watch him trip. You trip and you think, oh god, he's gonna stab himself, and luckily he doesn't stab himself as he falls to the floor or the ground, or he doesn't actually fall. He just trips and completely misses the guy, and he backs off. But this guy's only got eyes for you now, and especially you, Age, because he saw you with the little tube. And
I flip my hair.
Fucking humans.
Fucking normies.
Fucking humans.
Fucking normies.
You watch some of the other humans. Let's see, what do we got as far as weapons? Yeah, they all got daggers and spears and stuff. All right, a couple of them take shots at the other guy. We're going to roll for those guys just to see how the rest of the battle is going to go. I'm going to roll for 2 of them. One got an... Okay, one is going to hit. And do a whopping 2 points of damage. So you watch, you're paying attention to everything. You watch one of these humans dance in and stab the other guy, and then dance back out, dodging his arms. Almost. We'll see, because now it's the bad guy's turn. The guy who's lifting up, the guy coming at you, who's lifting up. He lifts up that gun, and he looked like he was pointing at Spooky, the big mutant. I'm gonna think, how are you guys on size? We never talked about this. Spooky, do we think you're like a larger?
It's a personal question.
What do you guys think of?
Oh gosh.
Gosh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm voluptuous.
No, what I meant like tall. I meant like would somebody if they're looking at you guys, would they think Spooky's the big one? Like would they be
It's
like
a
the big threat?
Well,
It's a trap.
I feel like I'm at least a couple feet taller than Mushroom Friend, but I'm pretty short. I'm a tank.
Okay.
I'm just short.
Okay. And you are
Sizes
sparkly
and
too.
everything. I'm a dense mushroom. Hey.
So I'm not gonna. So neither one of you is like.
baby.
Right. I'm not gonna. We're not gonna. Isn't gonna be like you're the more obvious threat kind of situation from a size standpoint from either one of you. That's what we'll roll like that from here on out. Okay. So he looks like he's gonna point this boomstick thing at Spooky, but then now that because of age of the dart you buried into his face, he points it at you. So we're gonna roll. Your armor class is 16. So he needs to roll. Actually, I gotta see what the stats are for this gun, and I'll roll it. Oh, pew! You watch this red beam go way wide past you. Shoo! Now the other one though slaps out that guy.
Nice job, Stormtrooper.
Yeah, right. Oh, the other one takes a swipe at that guy who danced in and tried to stab him, and completely misses.
These guys, Ironheads, are not really good fighters, are they?
Oh.
Oh, shit. Did you guys have to do that on my channel? Shots were fired.
Shots fired.
I didn't miss.
And didn't miss either. Okay. Okay,
We're sniped Sally boys.
Hey, were you? I'm imagining you and Spooky were moving right towards them. Spooky,
Yes.
you move like you move like literally 4 times, 5 times fast. No, it's actually 6 times faster than Age. But you were saying you were keeping up with her, right? You guys are moving together.
Yeah, but at this point,
Dirty
I was a
fucking
little
boys.
farther ahead because battle. I don't want her getting hurt. I'm very aware. I'm a tank.
Okay.
I'm also very slow because of the exoskeleton.
Yeah,
So
and I
I imagine I would be much slower.
So here's the deal, Spooky. You're closing the distance with this guy. You can be up in his face if you want.
I am.
Okay. What do you want to do?
She's like, "How you feeling?"
I want to get up in this dude's face and I want to shoot my spines at him.
Oh, yeah, because you get within 10 feet.
Direct hit.
So I imagine you like kind of walk up, because you're human except for, the 4 breasts. You look like a human except for the 4 breasts and the hair that is small leaves.
And I have bear claws. It's a thing.
Oh, yeah, the fucking bear claws. Other than that, whatever. But anyway, you walk up and I see you kind of go like put your arms out. You're like, just does this sound like something you maybe go like, "Bwah," like that to make the spines come shooting out of your body? Like, what's your move? What do you do when you do this?
Definitely. I kind of throw my arms back, just exactly like you did. And my boobs kind of separate a little bit, and then boobs. I have to be careful because I don't want the disc to fall out, but I placed it securely under one boob, so we're good.
Yeah. It tells you what to do, right? Didn't it tell you what to do? This would be the first time to do this.
What's that?
Defect. No, I'm talking to Turkey. Oh, it should be chaos. Yeah, I fucked up the writing. Had to write that. But it's not working for some reason. That's okay, Turkey. We'll figure it out. But the moment you did this, the adrenaline rush, you shooting these spines out. We're gonna see what happens. You feel something when you do that, Spooky. You feel like a snap somewhere, like. And at first you're like, at the back of your mind, you're like, oh fuck, I hope I didn't break myself. Or you're like, oh fuck. We're going to figure out what that snap was in just a second.
Spine.
Oh, not again.
There goes my spine. We're going to figure out what that is in just a second.
I sprained my spleen.
Oh yeah, you know what it's supposed to be, Turkey, is one number between 1 and 200. So if you want to just pop in. If you want Spooky herself to roll it, we'll roll it after we roll for damage and shit. That's what we'll do. Just for now, I wanted to be able to have the chat roll this number 1 to 20. Well, I'm not 1 to 20, 1 to 200, but I'll have you do it. But anyway, so you throw these fucking spines out, and we need to roll. You need to roll 1d20 to see if you hit him.
Oh.
11. You are going to miss.
Reroll, chat.
You are. You only need a 12 to hit this guy.
Oh, come on.
So here are options.
What about modifiers?
Oh yeah. Wait, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Spooky, I think you got a modifier.
Wait, Turk, give me a reroll.
No, okay. You do have the modifier. You can do it, so we can keep that reroll.
Yeah,
Thank
keep
you.
the reroll for
Thank you,
later.
Turkey. She needed 1. She's got +1 to missile attacks. So just barely. These darts embed themselves in this dude's cacti body. You're going to do 2d6 to this guy, which is pretty crazy. So go ahead and roll 2d6. Maybe we'll re-roll one of those. Or, actually, we're going to keep that re-roll for your next thing, I think. Okay, here's your options, Spooky.
Yes.
You can re-roll one of these dice, Or you can choose to have the option to re-roll the 1d200 for your permanent mutation.
Let's keep the option for the permanent mutation.
Wait, you know what? Turkey never told me it was you. Turkey, who's getting the permanent mutation?
True. I just assumed it was me.
It's during the turn, so I would assume too.
Yeah.
5, get down. 5, get down.
Sparkle beef needs more.
Your darts, your spines. Okay, Turkey, here's your decision. Now we'll make it your decision now.
See?
Softballs can mutilate his own barway.
So,
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna do the honors on that one. On bar wench. Crouch, couch. There we go. Okay.
Oh, that needs to be yes.
Yeah. All right, fuck it. This is what's happening. So your spines just litter this guy. You see him go. He stumbles back, obviously very hurt, but not falling just yet. And actually, let's do it now because I like the idea that all of a sudden you could do something in this. Let's do this. What fucking mutation? Spooky, please roll 1d200.
Please roll dice up to D100. What does that mean? What do I get?
That means she doesn't want you to roll 1d200. So
like this.
I think that's bullshit. Roll 1d100 then.
D100?
Yeah, 2 1d100. Yeah. And we'll just add them like savages.
67.
67.
And, well, yeah.
Okay. All right, hold on. I'm looking it up. It's physical. All right. Okay.
Close. It wasn't 69, but we almost got there.
All right, so the mutant's body is capable of generating blasts of ionizing radiation.
Good lord.
So it's like an AOE effect where you can blast, I think. Oh, no, you can just blast to a person. If you roll good enough, you can do multiple targets. Do we want to keep this?
Fuck, this sounds amazing, but at the same time...
You do understand we're not going to invite you to the next mushroom orgy, right?
Radiation could be radiation, but the mystery...
Well, I don't know. It could be fun. The radiation could be fun.
Oh, man. Chat, what should I do? I'm calling on chat. Do I keep the radiation, or do I roll something else? Roll them dice, Suni says. Do another one. Chat has spoken. Okay, yep, the radiation.
There's always 69.
69.
Always out there.
Just so you know, 69 is the same thing.
The mutant loses all 4 boobs.
Yeah.
69, I'm sorry, I failed you.
Okay. Roll a defect.
Oh, no.
Yes.
The mutant loses 1.5 boobs.
You are. I have to roll a defect.
Your arm just falls off.
So yeah, I'm sorry. So I know. Just roll 1d100 again. We're gonna roll on the defect list.
Oh shit.
Turkey Terror has 8.8k
The
on
mutant
this
now
account.
has Tourette's.
98. Holy shit! You rolled a 98.
Yeah.
You know what it fucking says?
I don't want to know.
No defect, gain mutation.
Bitches, let's go.
Fuck yeah! Roll 1d100 again, or 2d100.
That's fucking amazing.
Like get fucked. Get fucked, chart.
She found the loophole. The only loophole.
Yeah.
Works. I'm gonna clip that because that's fucking... Okay.
133. All right, so it's 33. So.
Oh shit.
The mutant has a
Ooh.
3rd penis.
No, yeah.
Gets 2 more boobs.
Dicks
Gotta
on
catch
sticks.
them all.
Slowly turning into cat. Needs more nipple.
The mutant's mind is able to project a telekinetic shield that blocks various attacks from harming the mutant and her allies.
Let's go.
Yeah. This is active.
Shit.
Like I need any more protection and shield shit. Let me have another fucking mind shield.
So this is what can happen. Like the very base thing that can happen is you will project a personal force field that blocks all physical attacks, absorbing 6 points of damage before it falls. So basically,
Nice.
it kind of sucks up 6 points of damage and then goes away. And then all the way up, if you roll a 20, it'll block up to 30 points of damage. But it's still personal. It's not until you get into like above 20s that you can help other people too.
Hi, my name's Spooky, and I fart protection.
Pretty much. Sparkles and protection. That's my name. Nice to meet you. Business card. Sparkles protection. I got you.
Sparkle safety beef.
Safety beef.
Can't give a dice, son. I give a dice. Come on. All right, so what page is that? 71.
Safety beef.
Okay. Age, what are you gonna do? You see, Spooky's
I
up.
like to pick my jaw up off the ground.
Can you throw the tanked bitch into the cacti to kill them?
Oh man, what's our scenario right now? What do things look
Yeah,
like? She just like Hulk destroyed something.
No, she didn't. She kind of
Okay.
did. She went up and you see her do this, like she's revealing something, and all her say, "Hey, look at this!" And all her little darts hit this guy. This might be the first time you didn't know she could do this. Like this is the first time you see her do this shit. So maybe you don't even know what's going on. And these little spines fly so fast, so all you see is the big dude like stumbles back. Boom, boom, boom,
Holy
boom.
shit, dude!
Like,
Invite to the mushroom orgy reinstated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back to the video about monkeys. Bye, turkey. Thank you. So,
All right, so then we're still both like kind of after the same individual cacti.
yeah. So no, you're this is the guy with the gun. There's still the guy
Okay.
back, who's like dealing with the humans back there. The guy with the gun has now stumbled back because Spooky did her whatever
She
she
just
did.
fucked him up.
Yeah. And you're like
Okay.
you're a little ways behind.
Roughly how much a ways?
I'd say
back
about 30
do you
feet.
think?
I'd say about
Okay,
30
so I still
feet.
got a bit to go.
Yeah. To get into
I
melee
still-
range, yes.
Yeah, I am still way far out of melee range. That's the problem that I'm having. Hey bud, if you want to throw anyone over here, just saying, just letting you know. Eventually, I just got a couple more darts still. I've got 10 darts still.
Okay. We need to get you
I
a
guess
good.
I'm going to...
Maybe Turkey. Spooky could give you her bow after this, so you have. Or this guy. I mean, you could take this guy down. He's got that fancy gun.
Can I give her my equipment? Because I really don't need it with how
Oh, sure.
powerful I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not a video game where you
I have
get
some
kind of
long
stupid
range
shit.
stuff.
Yeah.
Can I do that now? Could I give her my bow and arrow?
Well, no. Well, it's not
Yeah,
your
kind
turn.
of.
You already kind of did your thing. You could
Okay.
next turn for sure.
Okay.
You like here and throw the bow. So are you gonna got another dart for him? You want to hit him in the head, the face?
I kind of do, but at the same time, let me not be quite so situationally useless right now. Can I detect, like, can I run my little... I got this little trick I do. Not too many people know about it. I just realized it at Mushroom Orgy that I can do this cool flicky thing with my tongue.
Oh yeah.
And then I can... That helps me detect if there's, like, anyone hiding
Yes.
around us or any, like, hidden threats in a certain vicinity. Can I run that real quick just to...
Sure. Roll 1d20 plus 1.
help with knowing our surroundings here. 1d20 plus 1.
Plus 1.
15.
15. All right, so you stop and you concentrate, and your tongue comes out, and anybody who's watching you sees this mushroom with this huge tongue comes rolling out, waving in the air, like a. Are you wait? What's it like? Is it like a snake? Is it like a snake flick tongue, or is it like just like describe this tongue issue?
It's very much like a snake.
And before you even describe it, Slappy Balls is turned on. So just so you know, you're just gonna add to it, okay?
Exactly. Yes.
So go ahead.
But yes, it's very much the same as the way a snake tongue kind of works is, except it's a little bit more exaggerated and a lot more sexy.
Oh. Sexy mushroom tongue.
Sexy.
Hello.
To a point that maybe some of the cacti were aroused and distracted and forgot what they were doing in the moment. I don't know. Maybe they were. Who am I to say? I'm not here to shame.
You see, you do detect with your tongue, and kind of like you get this. You can detect that there's someone on the other side of that rock, a human who's like cowering down there, probably just shitting his pants, probably just super scared.
I'm gonna eat that later, but anyway. Doesn't really help me much for the time ahead.
No.
I'm going to... Can I lob my wooden spear? Can I chuck my wooden spear?
Sure you can. Yeah. Cool. Hell yeah.
Because that's pretty close to... That's a little bit harder than a dart, maybe.
You kind of took your action, though, because you did the tongue thing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Now you can keep moving. So you're moving. So you move 5 feet closer. Keep moving on.
I like it.
Things are gonna get better. All right. That's when this that human that had struck the guy who had come in. You watched him kind of trip and screw up. He's going in again to try to stab the guy that has the gun. He nat 20. You actually didn't see the guy. What you see, because Spooky had moved aside, you see the spear come through the dude. And you see him kind of go, falls to his knees, and then all 4 of his tentacles, he falls down on the ground, revealing this kind of buff, like blonde-haired, pure human from behind him, who looks like scared out of his fucking mind, but then looks up and he goes, yeah, smiles at you guys, gives you a thumbs up.
Oh no, it's a Chad.
Oh god. Look at his loafers.
It's a
nest. You discovered a Chad nest. All right, we're gonna
and Chad doesn't run; he just kind of saunters.
I'm gonna roll. We're gonna roll. I'm gonna roll I want to roll a bunch of d20s if I got them. Give me something. Give me this. Give me that. These guys. Now that the one fell, the other humans are all kind of jazzed up, and they come in with their spears and their knives, trying to kill the other guy. 19, 17. A couple of them hit really well. We'll roll for them.
See, Paul knows. Paul knows there's a strange danger here. The bros are emerging.
The bros are emerging. Okay. The other one gets stabbed a few times from different angles. He looks over. He sees his friend fall. And you see him turn and start heading towards the forest as fast as he can. You see he disappeared. The humans aren't chasing him. They see him. You see him disappear into the forest, and then it gets quiet. So, what do you guys want to do? I'm gonna give you guys a chance to do something before these humans react, because the humans are all kind of in shock.
I want to very quickly, or as quickly as I possibly can, start making my way back to Kitty.
Paulie, Jesus Christ, dude. They frantically start drinking Monster and jamming out to Jock Jams Volume 3. Thanks, Slappy Balls. The Chads are erect.
The Chads are erect.
Realizing how this just went down, I want to go back, make sure she's okay, and give her my bow and arrow, because I don't like how defenseless I felt she was.
Okay. Yeah, because this is kind of like you guys' first, like, well, you've been hunters and stuff, but you're not...
We're not used to, like, actual big battles like this, We're like, we hunt to survive and find things. We don't go out and do this. So yeah, I want to definitely go back and give her my bow and arrow. Just like, hey, buddy, like.
I just kind of like gestured towards my exoskeleton and just like exo boner. It's not that bad.
So Spooky comes back to you, and within a couple minutes, the blonde dude that had killed the guy, he comes over to you guys, kind of real cautiously, super cautiously, and he's like, you see him call over, and he's got another friend, who's a little skinnier, a little smaller, and the others are trying to pick up different things. A couple of them are dead, like taking stuff off the dead ones, and maybe a couple of them are just wandering around like in a daze. But this guy comes up, he goes, hey, hello?
Chad's talking to us.
Hello?
He has a Steven with him. What do we do?
I don't know.
Do I talk? I'll talk to him.
Hi,
Chad. Is Chad your name? What's your name?
I'll just back her up.
My name's Chad.
We fucking knew it. Is this a mutant power that we have not detected? We just know.
I just kind of look at her, make eye contact, say nothing, roll eyes.
Yeah, we know.
Chad, this is Dizzy. Dizzy goes, hi. Dizzy goes, well, you're a Plantian, right? Like those guys? He says to you, Age.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of like, I kind of look at myself, look at him. She's like, no.
No, not like them at all.
No.
Well, you're a mushroom, right? Wow, very interesting. Very interesting. This guy looks smart. Chad doesn't look as smart.
Chess club?
Chess club smart, yes.
Cool. Nod.
She's like, thank you for your help. Were you helping us? Those guys were trying to rob us, sir.
Yeah, it wasn't because we liked you. It was because we were told to.
Whoa, what is that? He's staring at the car now.
I'm going to continue walking back to Kitty.
Is that, what is that?
Don't worry about it, Normie. What was the beef with you and the cactus?
What was he trying to get? Yeah.
They were trying to rob us. I think they had the gun, and they were trying to tell us to put our stuff down. Or just robbing us.
Robbing you for what?
No, I don't know. We don't have anything. We're on a rite of passage.
Oh, cool. I am yelling cool as I continue going back to the car. My point is trying to make sure that none of those people get between me and that car, because that car does not recognize me, but I know it recognizes them, and I don't want that.
That's a good point.
So I'm trying to make sure they don't get closer to the car than I do.
Yeah, I'm also slowly backing up toward the car.
Don't leave. Don't leave. Maybe you can help us. Yeah. Do you think they could help us, Dizzy? Yeah. You maybe could help us.
While they're talking, I want to hand the disc from my boobs to Age. I want her to go put that disc in the car while we're talking.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what the disc is for, but it seems like this is the right time to use it. So take my boob disc.
Meanwhile, you see the other humans behind there. A few of them come walking up to the corpse of the guy that was just killed. Look like they're gonna loot it.
I'm like, hey, Spooky, grab that strap on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go before they have a chance. I'm gonna go. I'm walking my loot. I saved you. This is my loot.
So you start walking over the body. The ones that came over, obviously, they see you coming. They back away, and just kind of don't even put up a fight. And so you're gonna grab this. It's a small boomstick with a trigger, a little tube that comes out.
I get my own strap on now.
You get your own strap on. Yes.
I'm so happy.
There's a little bit of a for which we won't do just yet, but there's this little bit of a process you go through trying to figure out how to use the ancient technology. I'll figure it out in a second. But Chad's like, yeah. Oh, go ahead and take it. I guess we're. Do you know what a rite of passage is?
Yes, we just went on ours the other day.
Oh, and is that how you got that?
That's not for any of your concern.
wow, that's awesome. He looks like hopeful now. Like you gave him kind of hope, right? It's like, it was our first, and we don't, and then you realize that you're looking at these guys, and all of them, and none of them look like they've been living that desperate. They don't look like the other humans you've come across. They look like
I don't trust them.
they haven't been struggling as much. You can tell right away.
Yeah. Well, I asked because I don't. What were they trying to rob you for? They have something.
Chad, Chad goes, well, are you asking him? Are you asking Chad? Because he's like, all I got's what you see. We're on our way to go find things, to get things.
So what kind of help are you asking for then?
Well, we need to find technology like yours. Listen, a couple weeks ago, well, you tell him, Dizzy. Dizzy, all right, so a couple weeks ago, this shit started raining from the sky. Super dark, tarry, thick black goo started raining from the sky. We live up there. And he points up, and that's when you realize that part of the canyon wall is actually like a steep, like a ramp kind of thing that leads up the canyon wall. And way up above there, where he's pointing up, we live up there. And usually, you know, things are pretty safe up there, but then this black goo started raining from the sky, and it ruined our crops, it ruined our stores of food, and this is our leaders decided we had to go on a rite of passage. This is our first rite of passage in like 100 years. No one's ever gone. We're the first ones, and we have to go out and find technology to help fix our village.
They got sky spunked.
They got sky spunked. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Dude, sky spunked. You know what they say about tribes that get sky spunked, right?
Kingfishy!
Has Age got back to the car yet? I'm wondering what's going on with the disc, because I don't want to make any about this tribe.
Sure. The other humans are like staying back, and they're now watching what's going on. They're not quite sure. You get an impression that maybe Chad's maybe a little bit of a leader, and they're kind of all hanging back, just watching you guys. Maybe partly watching you talking to Chad, and watching Age get into the car. Chad, however, can't seem to stop staring at your breasts. He's trying really hard not to stare at your four breasts.
Give him the sparkle beef special.
Okay, so just then, one of the other humans comes walking up. One of the more braver ones. It's a girl. She comes walking up, and she's giving you like this kind of eye, like. She's brave enough. She finally decides she's brave enough to come up here. And the way she approaches Ched, you get this feeling that maybe they're an item of some sort. But as she comes up, you see her go, ow, like this in the back of her neck. And then suddenly she looks up, falls to her knees, and kind of leans back. And Ched's not noticing, but Dizzy notices. He hits Ched. He goes, hey. And they back away. And suddenly out of her eyes, poof, this just light starts streaming out of her eyes and creates this holographic image in front of her. And it's just like bursting out of her eyes. This holographic image is of a large, tall, you can't tell if it's a boy or girl, but it's bald. And it's got this yellow glowing armor on. And it's got this huge oversized axe. And it turns and addresses you, Chad, you being Spooky, Chad and Dizzy. So, hello, greetings. I need your help, and I can help you. So this light's streaming out of this girl's eyes and mouth, all now creating this hologram.
What in the Obi-Wan Kenobi?
That's exactly it too. The black. It looks at Dizzy. It goes, the black goo was neither natural nor an accident. The Ancient Ones sent the rain. It's actually a compound of seeds and super science fertilizer. It only requires an agent
and it can become an endless supply of fruits, vegetables, and grains for your tribe. However, if you want to know how to trigger this growth agent, you must be willing to help me return to my home, the home I was wrongly ejected from.
And then it just stops and stares at you.
This guy's high as fuck. What's he on?
Help, Apocabitches, you're my only hope. Does Navy SEAL's eye signal thing?
We haven't smoked yet today.
That came out of the. I still don't know what's going on with the disc.
Like, that girl just walked over. She didn't even do nothing yet.
Right.
I didn't get to the disc yet, so this all happened before I could put the disc in. I'm assuming, anyway.
Wink.
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 Okay.
All right. So what are we gonna do? Like,
I'm
Ched...
gonna hold and wait for Spooky's direction, because that's some shit.
That might want you to continue to put the disc in the car.
Age is like, meanwhile, getting into the car. Fuck all this shit.
Right.
Close the door.
Fuck
Sparking.
this, I'm out. Fuck this, I'm out.
Spooky looks over. All she sees is the lighter.
See that cactus? I'm going to turn the dead cacti into a bong, and then we're going to roll.
No, here's the deal. You go to get in the car, and it won't open.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking was going to happen.
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
Mushroom.
I'm a mushroom. So,
mushroom.
Chad looks at Dizzy, and he looks at you, Spooky, and then Dizzy does the same things, and they're like, what do we got to do?
I need you to find a few items. If you agree, this deal will be beneficial for both of our people.
Ched and Dizzy look at each other. They haven't had a lot of experience out here in the wasteland, in this whole world. So you start seeing them kind of look like they're going to agree to this. We are the knights who say, Ched, Ched, Ched.
Bring me a strap-on and a little picket fence.
This big armored holograph looks at you, Spooky.
Well,
see, while I'm intrigued, I'm also very much for myself and my little mushroom here. So give me 1 minute to intervene. I'll be back.
Could you just 1 minute? Just
1 minute. And I want to go back. I want to pick up Age because she's just slow, and I want to get to the car. And I'm going to go in the car, and I want to be like, Kitty, what the fuck? And I'm going to put the disc in because I want to know why this car brought us here. What's going on? What does the car say?
Yeah, well, the car doesn't open for you.
You fucking bitch. Open the door, Kitty.
No response.
Oh, fuck. Well, I guess we're going to go talk to this fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi fuck.
Show me the Carfax.
What does the car say?
Nothing. Twat.
Fucking twat.
I told you she was a bitch.
You're not Kitty anymore, you're twat.
I'm renaming Kitty the Twatmobile.
I mean, Spooky, like this could be something fun to do.
Yeah.
We might find more tech helping them find tech.
Or worst case scenario, we go up to help these Chad fucks and we can just steal their shit.
You never know. They might have They might find a good cliff spot that would be like a really fun spot for some Daisy.
And if they're normies, they suck. We can take over and make that our own community. Fuck totally the tribes. Could. Fuck the tribes. We're the power ones.
I mean, and it sounds like this fucking sludge stuff that they have raining down. It sounds like they have a buffet raining in their fucking backyard, and they don't know what the fuck to do.
How to utilize it or do anything with it. We could take that.
I don't know. Maybe we hang out a little bit. See what happens.
We'll give them a try. I mean, either way, they're not going to overpower us.
No, I don't know.
So yeah, I say let's go. We'll take them in there. We'll do the thing.
Yeah,
We'll go. We'll give it a shot.
Okay, so Spooky, you come back over, and the figure turns to you, goes, the aberrant variable. What do you say? And you say, sure, we'll help. Right? That's what you're saying.
We'll help for now. We'll tag along, see what's going
for
on.
Now.
For now, make it worth my time.
Bam! Suddenly, all of your heads, everybody's heads, fucking explode. No, fucking. Well, yes, they do explode.
God damn it!
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Never trust a chat.
Thank you for joining us for Apocabitch Roadshow. It's now over. We're going to be rolling new characters next week.
For new characters.
No, suddenly, but
for Character Zero show.
no, but a bright light goes off inside all your heads, like just really quick, almost like you felt like maybe you had a stroke or something, like, and you're like staring, and the holographic's gone, the hologram's gone, but there's all this information that's in your head now. You can each of you can see this like 3-dimensional topographic grid map in your brain of these, and then you can even see where you are and what's ahead of you and around you. It's a grid of the map of the whole area. And it's got, you can see a route planned, like a little red kind of line that goes through that takes you south of here, deeper into the canyon. And there's a little blinking light at the end of it that tells you, that says, that you assume means that's where you're needed or where you need to get. The AI then, the holographic figure's gone, but the voice still stays inside your brain. Each of you hears.
Download MapQuest into our brain.
You must follow. Yes, exactly. That's fucking exactly it.
Is this technically AI?
Yes.
Does this work on me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. This is this AI needs something from you, so it doesn't. You know what I mean? You don't need nothing from the AI. So,
Sweet.
You could see it all, or you know what? We could play this where you don't see this. Why don't we do that?
Damn it.
Why don't we? Where you want to? Because we could play this.
It's
where
either or. It could be fun if we play with the Plantians not being able to. That could be fun.
Yeah. So
maybe that's up to the chat.
The car already doesn't give you any kind of credit.
Yeah, right.
What does chat want on that
one?
Maybe?
Yeah. Does chat want Age to be privy to the AI's downloading its information? Pogly.io.
Pogly.io.
Yes.
I like her knowing some stuff.
Okay.
I think it's not fair. She doesn't get any info from.
Okay, so we got 2 votes for yes. So you get this too, and then the AI is now talking in your minds. He says,
"Is this what this shit does to you guys?"
Follow the map to its terminus and find a disc. The holographic. And then all of a sudden the display kind of shows you this like revolving 3D rendering of this disc. It's got in a plastic case, old school, and the cover art is like some kind of like ancient queen holding a flaming scythe with the words in the language of the ancients on it. And then the AI tells you they need to find the disc and hold it up to the sky, at which point I will reveal where to take the disc to complete your quest. And then you get this kind of idea, in all of your heads, you see a disc going into a terminal, kind of like explaining that part of it. And then it's gone.
Oh. So maybe I should put this disc back in my titties. For safekeeping.
The poor girl, Ched turns, Dizzy hits Ched and he looks down. And that poor girl, the hologram's gone, but her eyes are they're just burned, and there's just burn marks on her face, and drool coming out of her face. And he goes to touch her, and she slumps to the ground dead.
You know, guys, there's got to be a better way. Messenger pigeons.
Yeah, right. It's a heavenly chalice where all those useless AOL discs went to die.
We've read of old. Yeah, we've seen old cave etchings of, like, cellular telephones and shit. if you guys got to send a message, just might want to consider upping your technology.
Right.
But, that's neither here nor there.
I mean, there is paper, pencil, it's a thing.
Have you ever tried, speaking to people?
Speaking works.
Speaking works.
Well, it doesn't have to happen.
Well, they're like AIs are like vampires. You have to invite them into your brain, and then say they can enter your brain, and then they can enter your brain. And that's what you did. So that's where we're gonna leave off for tonight. So you guys have now just been given. Well, you met these other humans who are on their own rite of passage because their village got fucked by this black gooey tar shit raining from the heavens. You met them. Your car told you help the humans and put this disc in where appropriate. Basically, paraphrasing. So you had this little disc of your own, and this AI.
Told you Kitty was bitch.
This AI made itself known to both you and the group of humans, letting you know that it needed something from you, and it would give something. But here's the deal, and we got to remember this: it didn't offer you to anything. So, but it sounds like you guys talking about the opportunity. Your whole idea, the whole reason you're out here is to find more technology. Okay. Being with these guys sounds like you're going to find yourself some more technology. So we'll see how this works out for you guys. But that's where we're going to end it.
If this doesn't work out, dude, we fucking get them high on DayZ and we pit them against each other.
Right?
They're fucking with the wrong people, the wrong mutants, the wrong plant mutant. So either way,
yeah,
I'm optimistic. We'll get some shit.
So as we cut out, you guys are all reeling from the head thing. You all look up and you look at each other. The other humans look up and look at each other, and that's where we're going to end the scene. Everybody's just kind of standing there right in front of this forest in the canyon floor, staring at each other going, what the hell? And just kind of seeing this map inside your heads of the whole area. And we will be back next week to see for part 2 of Seeking the Post-Humans on the Apocabitch Roadshow.
Mama, ooh. It's going to be a thing.
Fucking Chads.
Fucking Chads.
All right, I feel
like a shot of not being dead yet.
Yeah, we didn't die in the first episode. Go us.
No, you're not gonna die. I think.
No, I'm too tanky. That's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
They're fucking mind shields and shit. We're good to go.
All right, so this is our first episode. Our friends in chat. Anything we could, just in the interest of fine tuning this. Anything that worked really well, or anything that didn't work at all? Let me know. Let us know. What do you think? Now.
Speak now or fuck off.
Yeah, it was fucking perfect.
Or you can speak
Feel
off,
the dungeon.
speak and still fuck off.
It was fucking perfect, and you fucking liked it.
Pretty much. You didn't like it. Fuck off.
For those of you on YouTube, Viva la Dungeon.